Right, well we're here in front of the main house with Lee, and Lee, we've got an extraordinary contraption here. Tell us what this is.
This is a 17-metre cherry picker.
Because ladders you can only go how high?
10 metres.
10 metres, and this can go
17 metres.
17 metres, so we can get up to the top of the house.
Yeah.
And do the gutters there. But there is a problem, isn't there? Which is that we can't get it through the croquet lawn door.
No, so we've got to get through the...
So we've got to get it through the garden entrance on this side.
Yeah.
But we just don't know whether it's going to work. No. So have you got a tape measure?
Yes.
And I'm going to do some quick and dirty measuring and give you my assessment.
Yeah.
You think it is going to get through just.
Very,
we're not
tight.
Sure.
Yeah.
So going up there to the top is 199.
Yeah. That's right.
And you think that is 2 metres. So one little stone in the wrong place is going to take us out. Right. Okay. And I'm going to quickly go and have a look at the entrance here. And then I think we're going to give it a go and try and get it through. And I know that Steve is standing by to make sure that the plants don't get damaged in the process. Barry's over here. Barry, what's your view? Is it going to work?
The only thing we're concerned about is that there is slightly higher than the...
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't measure to that top bit, but it's sort of, it can be pushed down a bit, can't it?
Yeah, it can be, yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen.
We don't want to damage it though.
I don't know. It's 50-50, isn't it? It's on the edge. What are we going to do if it doesn't work?
Scaffold.
Scaffold. Scaffold on that side, but we can still use the cherry picker.
Use it here.
And where's Julie going to get to pay? She can still go up, can't she?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Great. As long as we're able to do it. Right. Let's go and have a look and see whether this is going to work. The problem, of course, is that it's not just the height at the point of the entrance here, it's also the height of the gravel further back. Let's have a look. Oh yes, look at that, it's it's very close indeed. It's almost exactly 2 metres or 200 centimetres, which doesn't include the little bit on the top. So my verdict is it's probably not going to work, but we do at least have a backup plan of putting some scaffold in if all fails.
Wow. Didn't think I would get that through there.
You said what all the fuss was about.
Yeah, that was real close, but we got there. Yeah. Oh, I'll just move them over here and I'm going to have some lunch now.
Today is the day. I'm going up on the cherry picker. I have my glasses, my high vis, I've got my helmet, but I heard and I actually saw that it was very, very tricky to get the cherry picker through this gateway here. Like, I think it was literally probably a centimeter, and had it been a centimeter bigger or the gate here had been a centimeter lower, it would have been a disaster. So I'm a bit nervous because I'm all right with heights sometimes. Hey Lee.
Hey.
I'm gonna come up.
Okay, brilliant.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a little bit nervous, but I've got my kit. Okay, so I've got my stuff. And we need to make it clear that you are licensed to take me up, aren't you? You've been trained to take me up. But I like kit. So Raymond got this for me. So I'm super excited about my high-vis, all my high-vis vests. It's a little bit large. I'll have to tell Raymond the next time to downsize it a little bit. Okay, do you wear glasses or no?
Not always.
Okay.
It's a bit big.
Okay, well, I think it's all right.
Just don't look down when we're
Oh
up
my
there.
God, I
Come on.
love it.
We're going to start.
No.
This is run on petrol at the moment, so it can
Yeah.
run on both. So we'll
Okay. Both what, electric and petrol?
electric and petrol. So
my
today
gosh.
we're running on petrol, but when we get around the other side, we can reach to electric, so it'll be a lot quieter to run
Okay.
and smoother.
This is incredible.
It takes a while to get used to it.
It's okay, yeah. I mean, there's a part of me that does want to vomit right now, but
It's
I'll
all
hold
right,
it in. I'm actually going up to the top of Mapperton right now. I've never, this is unbelievable. Oh wait, there's a drone there. Yeah. Hey, so, oh my gosh, you guys are up close and personal
Yeah.
with me. Look
I'll
at this,
just
so you've
take
got to
off.
repair that.
Yeah. So we've got to take the part.
Oh my gosh.
We're really lucky that we got the joint so close. It's only a little bit that's got to be replaced here.
Like
I'll take
this
that
is,
to go up a bit
so this
more.
is the Georgian facade. So this is about 1760, Luke? This was put on? The Georgian facade was put on set, and anyway, he can't hear me.
And then we have to get an undercoat all on the inside. Well, primer, sorry.
Wow.
Primer all of the rust spots, get rust treatment on it.
This is
And
a
then put-
big job.
Oh yeah, it's not a 2-minute job. And then undercoat all the inside and outside so you don't get the wear on the inside of the guttering.
Right.
And then to put 2 undercoats in the gloss. And then
How
gloss
long is
on.
this going to take? Just this side?
Oh, just this side, probably.
A couple weeks.
No. I reckon I could do it in probably 4 or 5 days.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think the whole project would be probably best part of a good month.
A good month. Wow.
Yeah. For all of us
Big
to do the work.
repair.
I mean, we've already done
month.
a repair on the over there on the hopper. It was
Okay.
completely loose over there, so we've all had to re-screw it all in.
Wow.
Do you want to go over and have a
Yeah,
look?
let's go have, we're going to
Yeah.
go have a look. I don't even know
Yeah.
what a hopper is. It's moving. I mean, I do feel a bit sick. I mean, I'm not going to vomit. Don't worry, I'm not going to vomit on you. So is this the hopper?
Hopper, yeah. If I just drop us down a little bit and then we can.
Was this filled? No.
No. It's been pretty.
So what'd you do? You cleaned out this?
Yeah, we've had to clean it all out. As you can see, we're having to re-screw and refix it all in place
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Whereas before, I think it has just been held in place by this
this.
wire, so we can actually take this
the wire
wire
out.
out now because it's completely
Yeah, it's
secure.
completely
Whereas before,
secure.
when I come up here, it was just
Hanging by a wire.
we were very lucky if it
That's
hadn't
Mapperton.
fallen out. Yeah,
Mapperton.
yeah. It's,
Hanging by a thread. Oh my God, I can't even
Yeah.
look down. Like,
Well-
do you ever get like, woo?
when I first started doing it, I'll be
Woo!
honest, it was a bit sweat.
Yeah.
But
you're
now
like-
got used to it a little bit. and
Uh-huh.
So,
So you never have moments where you're like,
well, maybe
Yeah, a
not.
little bit
But
woozy?
yeah. But if
Yeah.
I was to take it straight up, then I definitely would.
Okay,
So,
okay,
but
yeah.
would you like to go down?
yeah, I
Yeah.
think it was good.
Yeah.
Good.
We're going to put it out and store it over there. So we're
Ah,
going to move it
that's
out
right,
there,
yeah.
and we got some repairs to do around there, which Simon, who does the actual replacements,
Right.
he needs to get that done before we can do the paint work on it. Really,
Okay.
so we're just doing all the prep work on it at
Okay.
the moment.
All right, okay, yeah. That was a long enough trip for me and my stomach. Okay, fantastic. Oh, you do feel like you've been,
It's nice to be back on ground.
you're a bit discombobbled now.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've been like twirling around. I mean, I haven't, but obviously I kind of feel like I have sort of somewhat, okay.
All right.
I'm glad I wore that hard helmet. Did you see that? Yeah. Just hit my head. That's why I wear it. All right, thanks, Lee.
It's all right, no worries.
Okay, I'm just gonna try to walk straight. Do you ever feel like when you get done a little bit dizzy?
Yeah.
After
When you've
spending
been up,
all day up there?
yeah, when you've been up there and you're really high up. I mean, some of them go a lot higher than this one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Never. I think that was it. All right, thanks, Lee, so
It's all right.
much.
No worries.
And we'll see you on the other side.
Yeah.
If you're enjoying this content, be sure to check out mappertonlive.com, where we give you access to even more backstage here at Mapperton, the nation's finest manor house. Once you check out mappertonlive.com, you'll be able to see all of the different benefits that you'll receive from becoming a patron. We offer lots of different Mapperton products like tea towels, magnets, as well as bookmarks, but some of you will be living in our library as well.
So we're here on the north side of the house, the Georgian side of the house, and I'm here with Lee. And we've been here before because Julie went up, I think, in the cherry picker to have a quick look at things, didn't she?
Yes,
Yeah.
we showed her all the damage repairs and the paintwork we needed to do.
Yeah, and then the plan was that she was going to be here today to help out. But guess what? She hasn't turned up on the job.
No.
So she sent her husband instead. I got her hard hat, which we're going to need, aren't we?
Yes, definitely,
Yeah.
most definitely.
But I have a funny feeling that she may have heard the reason, or a reason why she shouldn't have turned up today, because there were some slightly unwelcome visitors when you last went up
Yes.
there, weren't there, Lee? What was going on?
There was a bunch of, what do they call them? Oh, hornets.
Hornets, exactly. Like a big swarm of hornets.
Yes,
up
coming out of
there,
the wall.
Coming out of the wall.
Yes.
And much as we love hornets and all wildlife here, hornets and redecorating aren't very compatible, are
No,
they?
definitely not.
So alas, the exterminator came in, I think, yesterday.
Yeah, the first thing this morning.
First thing this morning, did
Yeah,
he?
he
And
come
you
in.
took him up there.
Yeah, 8 o'clock this morning.
And we're hoping that the hornets have been exterminated.
Yes.
But having said that, he did say there might still be the odd
One.
one or two
Yeah.
or 10.
Yeah, he said
So
it
what
should
we're
be
going to
very
do
minimal.
is we're going to send me up. Right. Oh God. Oh. That wasn't very good, was it? I think it's because it's set for Julie's size. No,
Yeah.
it's not on properly. Right, I'm in Lee's hands here, and I'm not very good at heights, Lee.
Are you not?
No.
Okay, well what I'll do is I'll go in quite close and then we'll go up because there's nothing worse than going straight up and be...
It's all right. We'll go straight up. Come
You
on.
sure?
Yeah, I got to get over it, haven't I?
That's the best way
Oh
to do
God.
it.
Here we go. How far up can we go on this?
This will go 17.5 metres straight up.
17.5 metres. We obviously have to be careful not to bash into anything.
Yes.
Lee, have you ever bashed into anything
No.
in a cherry picker?
No, I haven't.
Do you promise?
I promise I haven't.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, we really are quite far up now. Now, in order to get pictures of us up here, Stephen has got the drone up, which makes a bit of a racket, but we can still hear ourselves. Look at this. It's amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
Probably parts of the house you probably don't see.
I've just never seen before. Let's go up a little. Lee, I tell you what, should we just go up and just have a little look?
Yeah. Like you can see this is where we've got to clear out all the gutterings.
So you're clearing out the muck.
Yeah, so we have to clear out all the muck, and as you
Yeah.
can see, we started repainting them.
Oh, I
and then
see,
we'll
you've done it there.
Yeah, and then we'll
Yeah.
redo it. We'll put another
Do you know what?
coat on.
Because we're right here, I'm gonna get a little bit of footage of that because it might be quite difficult for them to see.
Yeah.
But it's amazing what you've done. And then here we got all the bits that we still have to do.
Yeah, with all the moss still in there.
Yeah. And so far my vertigo is holding out. Actually, I'm really
Yeah.
enjoying this.
Yeah.
It's quite a good view of the garden.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, we should probably do a bit of painting. So, do you want me to give this a little bit of a scrape, of a sand? I'm pretending that I haven't done this sort of thing before, but it's not really true. I've spent much of this summer with my son Nesta doing exactly this on the underside of his boat.
But it's all about the prep.
It's all about the prep, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, he's looking pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah.
Time for an undercoat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon so.
So what am I doing? I'm just going to
Yeah,
sort of wipe the edge
wipe
off.
off the edges, both sides.
Leave a bit
Yeah,
on
not
though.
too much because
What do
we're
you think?
working underneath and we don't want
What
the
about-
excess dropping off.
Oh, I see,
that-
yeah.
Yeah, that'd
Think
be
I got
fine.
that about right?
Yeah.
And then we're just going
We'll
along,
brush
aren't we?
it. Yeah. That's it. And you just work. You don't, on the outside, you don't need to worry. You can put a bit of pressure on it, a bit more pressure on it, and it'll
Yeah.
work around with it a lot more.
What do you think? How am I
Yeah,
doing?
you're doing an excellent job. So
Oh,
that's
well,
the
Lee,
office.
come on.
The office.
Right.
Brilliant, what a job. If you just be careful now, because you're about to drop some paint off the edge of the brush there.
Oh, it's
If you
dribbling,
wipe
is
the
it?
excess off again.
Right.
That,
Have I done that? Have I got it off there?
yeah, and then just
Yeah.
evenly spread it out.
And then we've got,
Yeah.
and
And then
the
you've
bit
got
behind
the
the back
harder
is-
bit is dropping in behind.
yeah.
If you wipe it off a little bit and getting in underneath and just making sure
Yeah.
you get this edge here, because you can't see it from here, but when you're in the house, you'll be able to see the back
You
edge.
will, yeah. These
just-
back edges are very important.
Yes, very much
Aren't
so.
they?
Yeah, they don't get
Do you think I've got it on this side,
you're getting it.
or not?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, because we want to do this job properly.
Yes, exactly.
How long do we think this is going to last then? 10 years?
It'd be nice to think it'd be 10 years.
Yeah.
Some sides it will be 10 years. There's something like this side of it lasts quite long because it's got no trees around, but where it's got the trees, keeps
Yeah.
the moisture in the air and keeps
Yeah.
it damp. Whereas somewhere like here where it's so nice and open,
Right. Well, Lee, what do you reckon?
I think you've done a
Am I
brilliant job.
am I hired?
You are hired.
I'm
definitely.
hired, everybody.
Yeah.
Phew,
I
that's
think you've
lucky.
done a great job.
Right,
Yeah,
well,
do you want
I
me to take
think
that off of you a
I
minute?
think I'm going to let you
Yeah.
get on with the rest of this,
Yeah.
and at least I'll be able to now prove to my wife that I'm a dab hand with a paintbrush, and he says so.
Yes.
So he must be right. It's a rather windy day here at Mapperton, and we're on the east side of the house.
Yep.
And I'm here with Raymond. Raymond, you discovered something the other day in the house that
Yeah.
made you think that all was not well with one
Yeah.
of the chimneys.
Yeah. Well, what it was, up in the Tudor room, which is that room that we can see just there to the right of the,
Yeah.
of the chimney, there was a big mark on the ceiling.
Yeah.
And so we thought we better have a look outside.
Yeah.
So when the cherry picker was here doing the guttering,
Yeah.
we got up in it and we went up as high as we could and looked at it, and we found 2 or 3 things that aren't quite right there.
In the past, in order to go and look at these things, we might have used some old tech. In fact, Raymond, you were even suggesting that instead of having a drone, you might fly a kite.
Yeah, but it's a job to put a camera on a kite.
It would be a job to put a camera on a kite. It's a rather nice idea, isn't it?
Yeah, I do have a kite, an old
Tell us
one
about
I
your
made, an old one I made when I was a young lad, and it was not like the traditional kites nowadays. It was the kites nowadays, but it was like 4 long strips of wood about 3 feet long, and then it had a wrap round on each side. It was a beautiful kite, but it took ages to get it airborne. But once you got it airborne, you couldn't get it down. It wanted to stay there.
Have you still got your kite?
I think it's up in the roof. I must look for it.
Will you bring it? Because we'd love to do a little kite flying episode. I think that
I'll have to look for it.
that would go quite well. But in the meantime, we don't have a kite.
No, we got a more
We got
modern.
and the hope is that with the camera of this thing,
Yeah,
we can see into places that we wouldn't otherwise be
that's
able to
right.
see without
Yeah.
having to put up a lot of scaffold.
yeah.
All right, well let's get the drone going. So I've
Yep.
got a bit of fiddling to do to set it off. Raymond, we have to turn it on. We press this a couple of times, and that should whir into life. And then I've got to turn this one on, and then we got this one here
Yep.
to send it up in the air.
Hey, fabulous.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Now, can you see anything there?
Yeah. Can we go over the top of the chimney?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Here's the top of the chimney.
Yeah.
Is that helpful? What can we see there?
Yeah. We can see that side. That's the back side. So
Is that useful?
yeah, it is.
What can you see anything from that?
Yeah. That
It's
was
a problem, is it?
the stonework's eroded away.
Okay, so the water
Well,
is coming down. Do you
Yeah.
think? So, success.
yeah. Can we have a look at the
He
chimney?
wants to go and have a look at more now.
Yeah. Well, can we have a look
This
at
is
Tim's?
real precision flying. I'm a
Yeah.
little worried about my drone. I've nearly hit the chimney a couple of times.
Yeah.
But
Now, can we come down the chimney and go? Not down the chimney, but
you want to go down the chimney?
No, not down the chimney, but down the outside.
Down the outside.
Obviously.
Okay, so we're coming down here,
Yeah.
and we're going to come down. It's beeping at me.
Which is
It's
like.
telling me watch out
Yeah.
because we're very close. Here,
Yeah.
what about this, Raymond?
That's really good.
Is
Yeah.
that telling you anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, what can we see?
We can see some road. We want to stop it in around there.
Yeah, do you want me to go any further?
That's the stone we got to move.
Okay, where are we going
Right.
next?
Well, that's
I'm
it.
quite
I
enjoying
think.
this now.
Yeah. Are you?
Yeah, I was a bit nervous to start with.
Are you?
Because I thought I've got to do some real precision flying close to things that are going to break my drone.
Don't break your drone.
And now I'm actually, you know, feeling a bit more confident. Come on, there must be one more place.
Well,
to look at.
how close you can get below that gutter?
Here we go. How close can I get to the gutter?
No,
Oh, it's getting really,
that
really
is close.
That's pretty close, isn't it? Right. And
Yeah, look, see, there's quite a bit of point in there, won't turn.
oh, what in there? You mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's a big gap, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
okay, I think...
Are we ready to land?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Okay. Stephen was going to put his drone up, and we were going to have a bit of a face-off, but maybe we won't do that. And there we go. And Raymond, just one other thing. Is the chimney about to fall off in the wind?
Hopefully not.
Not least because we have guests coming for a yoga retreat quite soon. And I think the last thing they want are drips coming from the ceiling in the midst of their
When are they coming?
downward
November?
dogs. They're coming in November, yeah.
So we just got
You got a month.
a month.
Is that right?
It could be, yeah, that's doable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Beginning of November, I think.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
that's doable.
It's doable. If Raymond says it's doable,
Yeah.
it's doable.
Yeah.
Do you know how to drive off-road?
I mean, I think if you know how to drive a car, you can drive off-road, right? It's like,
Sort
what's
of.
so
Sort
different
of.
about it?
I mean, you're in a field
just a
and you're
bit
going down
bumpier.
tracks,
Okay,
and lots of things can go wrong.
okay.
Are
But
they
this
gonna
is,
go-
but
How-
this is also your swanky new, I'm going to say yours, because I don't think I'm really going to be driving it that often. But this is the estates. Like what? I don't know if we have these
So this
in
is,
America.
This is
I
called
mean,
a
I guess we
mule.
do.
This is called a mule. Of course you got these. This
mule?
is a mule.
Why is it called a mule?
It's called a mule because mules are really strong animals, and this is a strong vehicle.
Oh, is that really why it's called a mule?
Well, it's just a brand, isn't it?
Oh.
So it's called a mule.
Oh,
and
it is.
And it's a new estate vehicle. It's going to be used by Ben Padwick, the new ranger keeper, but he hasn't arrived yet. He's coming in a couple of days, so we thought we'd have a fun time
It's very swanky.
heading off around the estate in it. So
Okay.
how do you feel about me giving you some
No,
lessons?
I don't-
Not happy about that at all.
He's
no.
a really
Not
bad
happy.
teacher.
Oh dear.
He's
Okay.
just so
All right. Well, should we go?
Like there's going to be a huge argument. I can already tell it's brewing. He can get so, like,
Like what? Go on, say it. Say it
well,
in
no,
public.
no, I'm not going
You
to say
can't
it.
even say it.
No,
Okay.
you just, you
No,
know,
I do my best.
No.
I do my best. Right.
very demanding.
In we get.
Very demanding. Okay. Wait, I don't even know how to open up this door. How do you open up this door? Where's the thing?
You're not good at doors, are you?
Oh, here it is. Sorry. Is that it? Okay. I'm not good at doors. No. Well, at least I didn't get locked out. Well, I thought I was going to drive. Why am I in the passenger
Because
seat?
I'm gonna drive first, and then
Does this not have heat in here?
come on in. You get.
Does it have heat?
Come on in. You get no heat.
No heat.
No heat.
Oh my gosh. Ooh. Oh, it's so cold.
So we're in the car, and
It's freezing.
it's freezing, and we can't find the heater,
There is no
and
heat. There's no
there
heat.
is no heater, so we're just
no
going to get
heat.
cold. Sorry about that. Oh look! Wait a minute. Is that a heater? This might be a heater. Oh no, that's a windscreen wiper. Oh, sorry about that.
Okay, let's
Okay,
go.
right.
Come on,
So,
we're gonna get blown
we got
over.
to teach you stuff first of all.
Oh.
So,
Oh.
the mule.
I just thought I was
Okay.
gonna go for a nice
We
ride.
got what with me driving. No,
Yeah.
we got to switch in a second.
Okay.
Okay, but I'm just going to take you through. Okay, so
Okay.
basically it's automatic. Yeah.
Thank
You got a
goodness.
big stick here for your indicator.
Okay.
What do you call that in America?
An indicator.
No, you don't.
Left or right?
No, it's got another word. Indicate blinker.
Oh, blinker.
She
okay,
didn't.
yeah.
She didn't know what a blinker was. Blinker.
You're
yeah.
too long.
Okay.
A blinker.
Your gears. Okay. Look, you got high and low and reverse.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to start in neutral. All right. Always start the engine in neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you got these clever things up here. That one takes you between full
Quite
wheel.
like this one.
Yeah, but it's not switched on.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. Now give it a go.
I like this one.
Oh. Okay. You've really spoilt the quiet country tranquility. Okay. Then you've got two buttons here. Do you know what they are?
Four-wheel drive,
Forward
two-wheel
drive. Okay. So if
He
you
literally thinks I'm like
okay, and then this one here. Do you know what that one is then?
lock and unlock.
Lock what?
The parking brake.
No.
Oh.
The differential. Do you know what the differential is?
No.
No. Okay, so you've got two sets of wheels on each side, and the differential balances the power between them. So if you lock it, both wheels will go at the same speed. But if you unlock the differential, then you can have one wheel over there turning and the other one here stuck. So if you're in a really muddy situation, you want to lock it and press lock. Does that make any sense to you?
No, zero.
Okay,
But
well, let's just see what happens. Okay.
No idea.
How do I feel about letting you drive with all of that? Handbrake over here, yeah?
Okay.
That's pretty simple. Handbrake's on. Okay, shall we switch places?
Okay.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Excited?
easy.
Okay.
And I
How are we
started
gonna do this?
neutral. Okay.
No, should we just like...
Well, how do I open up this door?
You just like clamber
How do I
over.
open up these doors?
Does it, you don't need to do
That's how you
that.
do
You can just climb over me
Okay.
somehow.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. And what we're going to do for your trial, because this is a trial, brake gas, we're just going to go around the field. We're going to keep it really easy.
Is the parking
and
brake
then,
on?
And then we will...
How do you undo the parking brake?
Oh dear. Just a little bit of pressure.
Okay.
Oh. Can you really
No,
not
honestly.
do that?
You try to do that. How did you do that?
I just pressed it. Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's go. Okay,
Okay.
I don't know what
Wait,
happened.
wait. Seatbelt, definitely.
At least the wheel has
Seatbelt.
seatbelts, which it should do.
Yeah, definitely need a seatbelt. Okay, it's got a middle seat as well. So,
Okay, great.
right. Okay.
Okay,
And
so
neutral,
something's blinking.
blinking. Yeah, don't worry about that. You're in two-wheel drive. Do you want to be in two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive?
There. I mean,
We're off-road. Let's go
Okay.
four-wheel drive. Two-wheel drive is for the road. Okay. Oh,
let's
where
go
are you
low.
going?
I'm gonna go low.
okay, that's low ratio. That
Oh.
means that's like a low gear. It'll go slowly.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
my first time doing it.
Okay, first time doing it. Let's go. Let's go. Right. Well, we're not going to get anywhere fast, are we? Right, off we go. Okay, let's just go for a spin around the field.
Okay, I see like warning signs over there, like if you tip. Do you see that? Warning! Higher rollover risk.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. Well, that's because you go on a really steep bit.
Ah! My door just flew open!
Okay, grab it, and pull it. Come on.
Oh my
Just, you gotta
gosh!
slam it.
You didn't close
There you go.
the door!
There you go.
You didn't close the
And
door
off we go.
properly.
It was a deliberate trap.
No, it wasn't. Does it go any faster than this?
Yeah, if you put your foot down. There you go. That's pretty fast.
But I don't want to roll over.
You're not going to roll over.
But it says it's got a high risk of rolling over.
Well, it's a higher risk than a normal car,
Obviously.
and I think it's a higher risk with you driving it. We're driving over to Hook Park. Now it's starting to get steep.
Okay, I don't
Oh my goodness.
Do I go down there?
Okay, yeah, you got to go down.
I don't know. I don't know if I like this. Like, I feel like it's going to roll over when I do that.
Well, it's not going to roll over unless you go super steep. And we will pull over and park at the top. Perfect. And stop. And you can stop just by letting go, because that does it. Yeah, okay. Right, into neutral. And parking brake on. And engine off. How was it?
I mean, there is that bit that was a bit scary down there, because I did feel like we were leaning too much and I was going to wipe out.
So the only thing about this
That
is...
was a bit... Did you feel that? I felt that we leaned too much.
Well, not really, no.
No, we were
I think you
leaning
can
quite.
You can go at least 45 degrees.
Well, how do you... Because you're a mule expert? Did you build this car? Did you read the instruction manual? I mean, you're talking rubbish right there. I think you can go at least 45 degree angle. You have no
I think
idea.
you can. I think you can before it tips. But I could be wrong. And don't anybody take any notice of me.
I certainly
Read the
don't.
instructions before you drive any of these
Clearly
vehicles.
you didn't. You're just guessing there.
But that was not proper off-road. So I think we should take you onto a real track. That was just...
I don't want to go on with him. He
that
hasn't
was-
read the instruction
That was just a
manual.
walk in the
He
park.
thinks at least
That was a
45
walk in the
degree
park.
angle,
That
and-
was an easy ride
No.
through a relatively flat green field. And now I've got a serious track for you to
I don't
go
want to
on.
go with you.
What?
Because you didn't read the
You're
manual.
gonna
You
go-
just said to me,
you're
I
gonna go on
think
your
you
own?
can go at about a
What?
45 degree angle.
Honestly,
You do,
okay, let's head off and do that.
Really? You really
Yeah,
want
let's
to
do
do
it.
that? Okay.
So, okay, start it up.
Well, you were going to have me drive it.
Yeah, of course. Don't you think?
Crikey.
I mean, we've got to put you through your paces. So I thought we could have a fun little game and take you back to your road driving test. I'm going to give Julie an off-road driving test. So this is the moment when I sit quietly
Oh my gosh.
in the cab
Give me a
and she
break.
has to remember everything. So what we're going to do is drive along here.
But you're like my driving instructor now. You're going to like pass or fail me.
No, I'm
This is like a
exactly.
pass or a
I'm like
fail.
your examiner.
Give me a break. Oh my gosh.
This
He comes
test,
up with stuff
you've
I don't
got
even know.
you've got to wind your way through the wood. You've got to go through a ford,
Ooh.
which is a bit of water, and then you've got to go up a really steep
Whoa.
track into the top field.
This is ridiculous.
Is she going to pass the test? That's the
This is-
question.
Okay.
Off we go. We are in gear, and we are heading
Did I pass
off.
that? Did I pass that test?
I'm going to tick that bit off. Exactly. This is the pond that almost used to be a lake until it got so silted over. But I know you're not in the mood at the moment, but I did have an idea that
You're full of ideas today.
I did have an idea, sweetie, that when the weather warms up, we
Ew.
could go.
I mean, that is worse than
There's
the
a-
algae that
we've-
was
we've-
on the
we've got a
18th
little,
century
for a
swimming
future
pool.
episode, we've got a little tiny rowing boat, and we can swim across and have a lovely romantic picnic on the island in the middle. Well, not swim across, row across. Swimming.
I mean, I would want to swim in there, but that is algae infested like I've never seen before.
Okay, keep
It's not
going.
very big.
Well, it could be quite big if it was all cleared out. We did once clear it out,
Could you just
With it-
build a bridge? You don't even have to row out there. There's no.
build a bridge. Of all the completely insane ideas you've ever
Just
had, I think
build a bridge.
I think building
You
a
walk over.
bridge across the mud. Oh look! Okay, serious puddle coming up. Serious puddle. Serious bit of mud. Oh, you did that pretty well. We are.
Past that.
You passed that right. Now we are crossing the stream. Except there's not much water, so
No.
it's hardly going to
Which is a
splash up
big
everywhere.
branch.
But maybe you could go across this with a
Ooh.
little bit more speed.
Okay, I
What do you
will.
think? And go! Come on! Ooh, yes! Oh, and up! Now you got to get back in gear because
I
we
am
can't
in gear.
we can't just pause on the hillside.
Okay.
We got to keep going. Are you stuck or something? What's the problem?
I think
Ah.
our cameraman
Okay.
might be stuck.
The cameraman in front is stuck. Julie is doing
I
spectacularly.
think Stephen.
But Stephen and Claire are having serious problems.
I can see
Oh dear.
why.
Right, up we go. Okay. This is exciting. We're going very slowly. It's going to take us a long time to get there, but you're doing beautifully. Okay, it's a little bit muddy up here. And through the woods.
Yeah.
Now this track takes us from one part of the estate to the other. We're crossing over now on the edge of Hook Wood through to Manor Farm. Oh look, some firewood. We better
I've got this
pick that up on the way back. And you've got this wonderful stream that has carved its way and created a gully. Now we're coming up, and I don't think you've ever been here before.
I have.
No, I don't think you've ever been here before.
Yes, I have.
Okay, now watch out for these ruts. Okay, and we are up
Was that my driving test?
onto a field called Slights. And Slights is where we're going to stop.
Was that it?
That is it.
Was that my driving
done it.
test? All right. Hold on. Did I pass?
It wasn't really a test. I was just joking.
I know you were.
And you
I know
drove.
were.
You drove beautifully.
Well, I know, but it wasn't. I thought that this last bit, I thought it was going to be really a lot.
Yeah.
I thought the first bit was a bit trickier because we were leaning from side to side.
Yeah.
This going on a track, I get that there's a lot of, sort of
Ups and downs. And
ups
you
and
went.
downs,
You went
but
through
there
the
wasn't
stream.
any leaning. The harder part was the leaning. I went through a stream. Woo!
It wasn't very dramatic, was it?
No,
So-
the first part, I thought the
but
first
you know,
part was...
but it was a gentle introduction.
Yeah.
And it's a new vehicle, and the last thing I wanted to do was
Was
dent Ben's new car
have
before
Julie's
he's even arrived, because
wreck it.
that would have just been embarrassing, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
can you imagine? I arrived back.
Oh,
Hey Ben, I just decided to try out your new mule and I've wrecked it.
so I think we're through the risk. I'm going to switch seats.
Oh, you want to drive?
And we're gonna.
So I
and
really
we're gonna,
did pass then.
because I quite enjoy driving this thing. So,
I love it. He's
so
like,
let's go.
yeah, you passed,
Let's
but
go.
actually I'm going to drive it.
Okay.
Because you like driving.
Okay, but,
All right,
but you're a wonderful driver, and
Thank you.
you'll have lots more opportunity.
Ooh,
Right.
well, we need to warm
Off
up with
we
a
go.
cup of tea.
Oh, you've left a nice warm seat as well for me.
Cup of tea.
So cup of tea,
That's what we need.
and off we go.
Wait, belts.
Belts.
Your
Wah! I've got a really important job to do today, which has been given to me by Tom, who is our head of ecology at Mapperton. And the job involves this piece of equipment and this piece of equipment, and a little bit of know-how as to how to fly a drone and take photos, because we are up at Coltley and I'm looking out over the area that we are rewilding. And one of the things that we've got to do as part of this project is create what's called a baseline. And a baseline is capturing how things are today so that we can see how they evolve in the future. And one way to do that, as well as being on the ground looking for insects and birds and wildlife, and of course the vegetation, one way to do it is to look at a landscape level and take video and photographs using a drone. And that means that in 5 years' time I can compare video from today to video that we take then. The only problem is, I think I've forgotten how to fly one of these things. Not only that, but we've just seen 3 army helicopters going right in the flight path. So Stephen, who's behind the camera here, who is an expert drone pilot.
Well, relatively. I've got a few hours under my belt.
Might have to give me a bit of instruction, Stephen.
Okay.
What do we think of the risk? Because those helicopters look pretty scary, and
I
I
think
don't
they
want
were-
my drone going anywhere near them.
We aren't allowed in the UK to fly over the 120 metres, and I think they were above 120 metres. so
Yes,
I
but
think it'd be
were they
right.
always 120 metres, or were they 120 metres when
That's true.
we were in a valley?
Undulating landscape.
Because
in
I
the
didn't
West
see them go
Dorset.
up and down.
No.
Yeah. Anyway,
Well, we'll have to be careful.
do you know what? They're not here now, so maybe we've got a short
Now's
window
our chance.
in which we can get this this bird. Do we call it a bird? This
Could do if you
bird. These eyes in the skies. How about that?
Much better.
Up and we can get some photography going. But first of all, I've got to remember how to turn this thing on. Actually, I do know a little bit more than I'm letting on. So I do know that I have to press this button twice and it starts whirring into life. And then I turn this one on here and I go to my flying app, and we'll probably speed up this bit because it's taken me so long to find things. Right, now I have a button that says go fly. We have to wait a little while. I mean, these are amazing pieces of equipment. I mean, to think that you can send something up in the air that isn't a helicopter or an aeroplane and capture all of this amazing footage. And it's so clever, it can fly itself. So, right, I've got to press that. And it tells me that the GPS, that's all the satellites up there, have now locked in on this aircraft, and it knows exactly where it is. So if I have a special button here that will bring it back automatically even after it's gone. So if I lose contact with it, which does happen. Stephen, have you lost contact with a drone before?
Yes.
And what happens?
It will initiate a return to home. It goes high so it can avoid any other obstacles, and then it takes the most direct route back. Also, when the battery is really low, it will do return to
it's
home.
sort of clever. It's saying, I'm running out of juice,
Yep, I can't.
get me home fast. Right.
Clever stuff.
Okay, so let's see what happens. Right. And up we go. Look at that landscape. I was out here this morning and it was a blowing gale with driving horizontal rain. And this afternoon it couldn't be prettier. Blue skies, gentle breeze, and it just looks fantastic. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start off with this field over here. There are no cattle or anything in it, and we're going to turn the camera down and start the video. So, pressing
Sounds
the
like
right
photo.
button. That was a photo. Thank you, Stephen, for pointing out my ineptitude.
Sorry.
We are going. We are looking at the field up behind Coltley. Now, this field is what's called improved pasture, which means that it's agriculturally improved, which isn't a good thing for biodiversity. It means that we've got very limited number of species of grass in it, and a little bit of scrub we can see, and quite a lot of landslip. I don't know if you can tell. You can see that there's a path there carved out by the sheep, and looking down below you can see how the land has slipped down the hill. Oh, I've got a warning. Stephen, do I take any notice?
Is it a strong wind warning?
It says high wind velocity, fly with caution.
That's okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
We take
if
no
it's-
notice of that.
Well, yeah, obviously take due care and consideration when flying.
You
but
have to
yes,
say that,
it's-
'cause
I do.
you're on
I do
YouTube.
because I'm because I'm A2 C of C qualified apparently.
Oh, you've got a fancy certificate.
I do,
In this
yes.
country, you don't have to have a certificate to fly privately.
Yes. So you're obviously doing this for private work. I do
Yeah.
because I'm flying commercially. So I'm using footage in commercial productions.
Yes. I can see also that I'm flying at 70 metres. I'm allowed to go up to 120.
You are, yes.
That's correct, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Well, we will keep going at 70 metres because that is probably quite a good height.
And if those helicopters come around again, it should warn you that they're in the vicinity, and will recommend you drop altitude.
Right. We can see to the right-hand side the farm. And just while we're looking at the farm there, you can see the farmhouse on the right-hand side. And that's quite an interesting view, actually, of the buildings that we have here, which are part of the redevelopment project. But anyway, on this footage, you can see that to the left-hand side, we've got these two big barns with corrugated tin roofs, which will be coming out. One of those will be converted into a visitor centre. And to the right of those, there is a small building which is going to become a cottage. And then ahead of that, you've got a large barn which is collapsing, which we featured on a few episodes here on YouTube. And this is going to be this tremendous barn with 7 bedrooms and amazing views down the valley all the way to the sea. Right, let's get back to the baseline work. Looking up at the hillside here, we can see the woodland that sits at the top of this Coltley area. And we're going to go off on a flyby. Now you can see this woodland is a mixed woodland. It's got quite a lot of native broadleaf species, including a lot of lovely oak trees, veteran oak trees, but also quite a lot of conifer, including cedar trees that really shouldn't be here at all, and which we are intending to take out as part of the project. But it's an absolutely magnificent wood. Now, in the middle of this wood, and perhaps we'll do another episode, is a ruined cottage, which I went to for the very first time the other day. And it was in amazing condition. I mean, it's ruined, so it's not got a roof, but it was a dwelling. Coltley was actually a place lived in by about 40 people a couple of hundred years ago. And the woods would have provided a lot of the work and the income. So people would have been working the woods, pollarding trees, which means creating trees and taking forage from the trees to feed livestock. Coppicing, which means taking out smaller growth from the trees and using that for firewood and weaving and all sorts of things, fencing. So looking down at this woodland now, you can see the variety of species that we've got, including a couple of rather dead looking trees in there. We're going to go along the top here. Now I'm hoping that we don't lose the drone. That is always the risk with these things, that we lose connection. You can see that on the left hand side here we've got a more improved pasture, so again poor quality in terms of its biodiversity, but it'll all regenerate. These are the sorts of areas where we're hoping to get scrub and natural regeneration of trees over time. And as we come to the end here, you can also see that this field extends all the way along. Now this was an area, dead ahead of us now, where we were thinking of putting some tents and having it as a glamping site. But we weren't allowed to do that by the council because they told us that actually it would be too much of an eyesore in the countryside and it would ruin the quiet enjoyment that people have of this area. And my point back is, well, there's not much point in having quiet enjoyment if there's nobody there to quietly enjoy the countryside. Stephen, I've got an error message.
Another warning.
And
Have you
it's
lost
telling me
connection?
Lost connection. So I'm going higher.
Yeah.
And I've gone up to 113 metres. And that seems much better.
I can just about still see it,
Can you?
which is
No,
important.
you can't. Your eyesight can't be that good.
You have
Nonsense.
to fly within visual line of sight.
Oh, that's true. I can see it too.
Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
there it is. We've got another field which has been an arable field, which we are bringing back into the project, and that is going to be one of the fields that go through what we call arable reversion. So it'll turn to scrub, and we hope we'll see lots of interesting regeneration going on there. Here you can also see these hedgerows, these extraordinary hedgerows, which are no longer really hedgerows because so many of the trees, whether they're hazel or oak, have now grown out to the point that it's just not really a hedge anymore. It's more of a spinney. And looking over here to the right, or dead ahead of us, you can see that this again is a lot of what's called improved pasture. Stephen, it's saying that my aircraft is disconnected now. This is a scary
dear.
moment, isn't it?
It is.
I think that perhaps we need
Yeah,
to
we walk along a
down.
little bit.
The aircraft has returned, and I think if I head down here, guys, you're not wearing your Le Chameau boots.
We aren't. We thought that we'd be staying
I mean,
in the yard. We have
give you
become
these
unprepared.
wonderful Le Chameau boots.
We're missing
And
them now.
Thank you, Le Chameau, for being our terrific sponsor, enabling footwear and comfort and warmth in the wettest of Mapperton
Absolutely.
tracks and paths. But alas, Stephen and Claire today have not got them. Oh, we've got signal again. And I shall keep going down this way towards Hook Park. So this enormous woodland to the south is not part of the estate. It used to be about 100 years ago, but it was sold after the First World War when they brought in inheritance tax for the first time, and there were huge duties that need to be paid, and that was one of the things that went. What you can see with this woodland is along the edge of it you've got a lot of what are native broadleaf tree species, such as oak, beech, and then quite a lot of hawthorn. Oh, I heard the bird. Did you hear it?
I'm trying to listen out for the drone. I can't work out if it's the drone or the insects which are coming out in the sunshine.
Do you know what? I think it's not the insects. It's so sad that you say that because we ought to be hearing the drone of insects, but alas, so much of our insect life has been decimated over the last 30 or 40 years in particular, that we just don't have the insect populations that we used to have. Now this is heading towards what's called a triple SI, and a triple SI is an area of land that has a special designation because it's of special scientific interest. In fact, if we keep going along here, we can see that there are some animals in the triple SI. I think I have found the white park. Right, I'm now heading back towards the farm, and I think that means that we can hear what isn't a large bumblebee, Stephen, is it?
Nope, nor a
No.
swarm.
Nor a swarm.
A single.
It means we've got control of our aircraft and we're coming back up. We're looking now up at Coltley Farm from a different direction, and we're going to try and land, well, we will land safely back where we started, because these things are so clever, they know exactly where to go. So I'm going to hand over the landing of this aircraft to the computer, And do you know what? This gives me comfort, because when I'm sitting in an aeroplane and I'm thinking, it's quite turbulent, how's that pilot ever going to be able to land it? I think he can just press a button like this. And I think it's going to land on its own. So shall we see what happens?
Let's
Let's go back up. Trying to remember where she took off from.
Right about here. Directly below you.
I think we were right there, weren't we? There we go! Safety landed. Now, the truth is, I had to intervene on that very last bit because she wanted to land on this slightly unlevel ground, which might have tilted the wings. And so I just moved it over a little bit. But I think that's okay. I mean, if it was in an aeroplane and it decided to land 20 feet to the left of the runway, that might be a problem. So maybe we do still need pilots. What do you think, Stephen?
Absolutely. Good intervention.
So, Stephen, you've got your drone up as well at the same time.
Yep.
And
got a drone competition.
it's not a drone
a drone
competition,
off.
It's a drone war.
Drone wars. We should attach weapons to them.
Have you got any weapons on you?
No. I've got a light, but I don't think that will do much damage.
Okay. So I'm gonna sort of head off a bit.
Okay, I'll try and follow you.
See where I'll turn around first, because I think I want to go this way, don't I?
Yep.
Where am I? I'm feeling disoriented.
Getting dizzy.
Oh, there it is. Okay. So I'm gonna head off. Let's get my camera up a bit. I think you're interfering with my sound.
I probably am, yes.
Yeah. So okay, all right. We'll just press start on that. Okay, and it's a drone race. Okay.
Which way are you going?
First person to hook, park, and back.
Okay.
And
well, I'll stick to sport mode on.
off I go.
Okay.
No,
Right.
you can't. You've got some fancy sport mode.
Well, you've had a head start there. Let's try and follow you. There we go.
How are we doing? Oh look, you're quite close. Oh, you're much faster than me.
There we go.
Look at
Overtaken.
that. Overtaken.
And over towards hook.
Yeah. Did you get a good shot?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right about the landscape. It is lovely.
Oh, I don't want to go straight into a
Lovely.
tree.
You should be higher than that.
Oh,
Right. Let's.
I'm only 40 metres.
Don't think drone wars was such a good idea.
No, drone wars.
Let's bring them back.
Should we bring them back? Okay. Okay. Race to land your drone.
Okay.
I'm going to press my special button. Ta-da! He's probably going to thrash me. Look how neat your little unit is
Yeah.
compared to mine.
I said that
what is
the
this? Is that
technology
you or me?
is. I think that's me.
So where's mine gone? I've lost my drone. Stephen, he's knocked
There
it
we
out
go.
of the sky.
I've
You've knocked my drone
used
out
my
of the
secret
sky.
weapon. I'm not sure where yours is. Have you still got signal? Yeah. There we go.
No, I haven't.
I think I won that one.
It says area. Oh,
I can hear something. It might be those helicopters coming back round.
oh dear.
I'm going to get a cup of tea while we wait.
Where is? It tried to land in completely the wrong place. That was what was happening.
Oh dear. Shall I go and try and find it?
Wait a minute. Yes, it was about to land in a bush.
The modern
So much for
technology.
relying on autopilot. That was a disaster, or a near disaster.
Oh, I can see it.
Can you see it?
It's over there.
Oh yes, yep. I'll
Oh my goodness.
guide you in like a.
You're going to fly me in. You're
I
going
am,
to
yeah.
be my wingman. Oh, look, there I am. I'm back. That was a near disaster, Stephen.
That was
Do you know
miles
what?
away from
We've
home.
got some footage of my near disaster, so we'll be able to see, because my
Excellent,
screen
yeah.
went completely blank.
You saved it
So
just
I've
the right
just
time.
no idea.
I'll steer clear while you land.
Yeah, you
So
should.
anything could happen at this point.
No.
Let's
He's
bring
been
it
very
down
rude
over
about
there.
my flying. Steering clear. Look at this. Here she comes. Ah, that is a relief.
There we go.
I can't tell you how pleased I am to have her back.
So I want to show you all the apples that I've already picked. I've picked a lot of apples.
You actually don't need to show them to me, because they're blocking the door at the back,
Okay.
and I've already tripped over them.
They're not, well, I have to make sure Claire and Stephen don't trip over them then.
Well, it'd be hard not to trip over them because there's like.
Well, I was trying to
5
give you a sign, like
Right.
I need some help picking apples, and if you don't help me, they're just going to be piling up here.
But it looks
so you saw them.
No, but it looks to me as though you picked all the apples because there couldn't possibly be any more. I mean,
This is from one
there must be
tree.
at least 500 apples there.
This is one tree. I have to pick 350 kilograms to do the Mapperton apple juice.
Okay.
Because this year I'm going to try to do the 250
Okay, so
bottles.
where are we going to put all these? Because
I have to take.
they're kind of in the way. And
No, obviously,
how on earth did you lift that up?
Yeah,
by the
I
way?
know.
Have you turned
That's-
into
I'm
sort of bionic woman or something?
yoga.
Yoga. And then what about? Oh, these are different. Because these apples.
These.
These
No,
are
don't
like
put 'em on top. Don't
these
put
are
'em on
like
top.
cooking- I was going to just like.
No, it won't work. It won't work. It goes everywhere. I told you,
Oh.
it doesn't work. I've already tried that. That's why I had to
I know,
separate
but I needed
them
a
out.
crate.
I have a bucket. Okay, Luke, now no one can walk through here. Good one. That was clever.
I know, but
See, he's
you want me to
lived
help-
here his whole life and he's never picked apples
if you want me to
before.
help with the
He's
crate,
I don't want
I need
you
a
to
crate.
help anymore.
I needed
Okay,
a crate.
He's never picked apples before. This is from one tree.
Press apples.
There's like 7 more to go, and he's
God, I'm not-
never
I'm-
picked apples
I'm not
before.
doing 7 trees.
Yes, you are.
No, absolutely not.
You are. Okay, I've got the ladder all set up for him, and
Ladder.
yeah, I've already picked the low-level ones, so he's a little bit taller. So I thought you'd be better on the ladder.
I think I got a better
And-
way of picking than
No,
using a
do
ladder.
not shake. You can't shake.
What?
No, that's what he's thinking. Do not shake because it bruises the apples. You can't shake the tree. You can't. I know that's what you're thinking.
But the ground is really soft.
No,
with
it
the
doesn't matter.
grass,
It doesn't matter.
And if you give it a little shake, this is, I think, how they pick apples in some parts
No,
of the world.
It's not.
in-
Read anything on apple picking, and you do not shake the tree. You're gonna. I literally will fire you, and I'll have Claire and Stephen come and pick the apples if you shake the tree.
You're right, I think there are no apples left.
I-
There's one up there, but that looks
Hold on.
particularly wasp-eaten. Oh, I see.
No. There's a ton up there.
No, because you haven't done this side.
okay.
Why haven't you done this side?
Why haven't I done this side? Okay. He's so bossy.
Oh, there's some quite big ones
Look at
up
this.
here. Okay.
So, what I usually do is I'll put like that in there.
Okay, so really with ladders, you need to have somebody holding the legs.
Okay.
So
well, I've been doing
I'll-
this.
I'll stand
without
here
anybody
and hold
holding
the
the
legs
legs.
of the ladder, because that seems like a useful thing to be doing.
Okay.
You all okay up there?
Yeah. Oh, now you're
Okay.
worried.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. See, and then you just go like this. It's
Yeah.
super fun. Ooh, it's caught in my hair. Okay. 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 There.
Now, since you know so much about apples, maybe
do.
you could tell me what variety of apple this is.
These are eating apples.
That's not a variety.
That's what I call them.
Can you admit that? Oh God, that
that's just
nearly
for-
went. If you hadn't had me holding this, you
I
would
know.
have,
I knew you were holding
You would
it.
have gone at that point.
So I knew you were holding it.
And with these apples, tell me what the plan is.
The plan is to juice them like I did last year, but because the pandemic, I juiced them, but like nobody drank it but us. We didn't want
No,
to
but part
sell
of the
them.
reason nobody drank it but us, it has to be said, is that I
Here,
was a
hold
little
this.
suspicious of Julie and her apple picking yesterday.
Pick-
Not yesterday, last
Here.
year. But the astonishing thing was that it was the most delicious apple juice
Did you hear that?
I have ever tasted.
Ever.
And I thought, you're putting cooking apples into apple juice. That's going to be really sour and awful. But in fact,
Where are
it
they?
was a mixture, wasn't it? Because you had some cooking apples and some sweeter
Oh,
ones.
here they are. That's what I
and
was
so it
looking
was the
for.
sort of perfect blend of sweet and sour. And so last year, how many bottles did we get?
158. I picked them all. I picked all the
158, and
apples.
Julie picked every apple for
Yep,
158
about 200.
bottles. And how many did we drink?
All of them,
158.
158.
Yeah.
We gave some for gifts.
In fact, my dad found that he was particularly fond of
Uh-huh.
Julie's apple. And what did we call the juice?
Well, here's the thing. We called it Mapperton apple juice, but everybody says that we should be calling it Mapperton or Maple juice or so
Okay,
everybody.
you're now climbing a tree.
Yeah, I know because it's easy.
Which
to,
is
here.
a job best left to small children and monkeys.
Okay, well, I'm like a monkey. I do yoga.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you know what? I think I should have a go climbing the tree.
Yeah, you should. It's super fun.
Is it fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm quite jealous now.
I know.
Should we
right?
swap positions?
Okay,
'Cause
yeah,
I
one
can
second.
I can get the higher ones.
Okay, do you want to have a little go?
So
Some of them
I'll
are
have-
not
I'll have
very
a go,
nice up here.
but I'm a little worried about you there. I tell you what, I'm going to carry you down
No.
because it just looks a bit dangerous.
No, you're not going to carry me. Oh my gosh.
I'm just trying to help.
Should I swing down?
Chivalrous.
What if I swing
You could
down?
swing down. You could let out a kind of,
Tarzan?
well, that sort of thing. Julie got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 apples, and it took you about, I would say, 5 minutes to do that.
Okay.
So I'm going to have a go at improving on your productivity.
Okay, you have to be careful. Well, then I'm gonna have to come down.
Right? Why? Because we can't both go in this
No,
tree.
because somebody's
I
you
think
got
this
to
tree can
because you can't hold all the apples.
can
Luke.
cope with quite a few of us. The problem is that Julie, and this
Yeah.
isn't a metaphor, she's taken all the low-hanging fruit.
You what?
Oh, there's one here. I've got an apple. I've picked my first apple. It looks pretty juicy. It's got a red bit there. And because it's red, it makes me think this one isn't a cooking apple. So I'm going to have a bite.
What? You guys, you're taking away some of the apples.
This is a fine apple. This apple should not be being turned into maple juice.
Why are you
This
eating
is a
apples
delicious
when
apple.
you're supposed to be picking the apples, Luke, not eating the apples.
I'm quite enjoying this, actually. I might stay up here a while.
What? Well, then what kind of apple is that then?
I think I don't need any supper, actually.
Oh my gosh, this is what he does the whole time. He sits there and he just sits there like this and then eats, and he's not even helping. Like there's no help here. He's just
It has
up there-
got a slightly dodgy black
He's
bit on
talking
the
to Claire
bottom.
now in the camera. Right, Stephen?
So I'm
Eating the
waiting
apple. It's
see
unbelievable. Look at that. How many
whether-
apples have you picked there?
There's nothing worse
He's
than biting
he's just
into
like-
a
now
peach
he's
or
talking
an
about
apple
apples and how
and
delicious
discovering
they are. Well, okay.
half an insect left behind.
How about picking them?
'Cause you know where the other
Where did
half
that one
is.
go?
And that's
Here.
possibly about to happen
Here,
because
he's
I can
just
see
sitting
some
there
holes
talking to Claire.
here. I'll put that one in the thing.
What? You
I don't
tell
know.
everybody not to eat the apple that stings, and then you've just eaten one with a wasp in it.
I think I've been really helpful
Try it.
because now I can't get down. Oh, God. Where am I going?
Oh my
I got
God.
myself into a...
You pick
did you
one
do?
apple, you eat it, and you now can't get down. What? What is that?
I did it.
He's fired. So that's the end of that.
I've been fired a lot of times
He
by
picked one
Julie
apple
for various jobs.
and ate it. I mean, it's
But
unbelievable.
if I'm fired, I think that means I can go and have a cup of tea now. So it was a pleasure helping.
Claire and Stephen, do you want to help me?
I'll take this crate. I'll take this crate. Now you make me feel guilty because
No.
Stephen's now having to do
Stephen's
the
gonna-
job.
Right.
Okay. Come on, let's speed up this apple picking.
What? Wait, now you're directing people, Luke.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Let's go. Okay.
I picked all those.
Okay.
He ate one and picked one.
So this tree is all very well,
You're so not dirty.
but I picked a lot of these, especially the big red ones.
That I picked.
I'm not feeling very useful here. All
Yeah.
wanted. Someone else has been here already.
It doesn't matter if they have apple juice with a bit of sting.
Bit of wasp.
A bit
Yeah, some good protein.
Look like I've been dragged through the hedges, because I have. We'd love to hear what you think our apple juice should be called.
So
Who
let's,
picked this one? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, okay.
That is, who picked
No,
that one?
no. So,
Oh my gosh.
so I picked this in order to test the system because I want to know whether something like that is going to get through quality control
No,
into,
it's clearly not.
into Mapperton apple.
Can you just help me take these in?
Okay.
We did a lot.
Quite heavy, aren't they? Okay, well, we'll come back and get the bucket.
Okay, thanks, Claire and Stephen.
Thank
I'll
you.
get the bucket. I'll get the bucket.
Today, I'm going to visit somebody doing an incredibly important job at Mapperton. A job that, if it wasn't done, I think would cause all kinds of anxiety for William, who is the owner of Percy the tortoise. And the job being done is by Martin.
Hello.
Martin, hello.
Come and meet Percy.
Where is Percy?
There he is. He's out having a good munch of the grass.
He
and
sure
I'm picking
is
up
having
his,
a good munch.
dare I say it, poos.
He's what?
Dare I say it, poos?
You can, I'm afraid you can say it. That is part of Percy's life. So Martin looks after Percy, and Martin, that involves tasks that you're fond of and perhaps tasks that you're a bit less fond of.
Well, that not so fond of, but talking to him and doing his hair I love doing. Percy and me are old friends now.
Yeah. So tell us about Percy and what you've discovered about him over the last months and years.
Well, he's a nice chap to get on with. He's nice and quiet. He doesn't talk to me, but he certainly looks at me.
He probably tries to talk. I'm sure he's got a lot to say back.
I think he has.
Thank you, Martin, for
He
all
does.
the care and attention. That
And
you've...
sometimes he goes for my boot. Sometimes he'll just look at my boot and thinks he could, I don't know, bite it, or I'm not sure. But I don't put my hand down to him.
No, because we did have somebody who put their hand down.
Yes, and he will nip.
And he went straight for them, didn't he? You
Yes,
see?
he
And
did.
I'm going to keep my hand away. And you can see he's actually opening his mouth a little bit there. Yeah, Percy, no, you're not going to bite my hand. But look at that. He's just wandered straight up. You know what? His shell is lovely and warm. And that means he's been sitting in the sun basking.
He was
And
over
he's
there in the sun.
He's a completely relaxed tortoise, isn't he? Because he's here with us now.
He is.
And he's just merrily going on his way and seeing a nice little bit of grass. And off he goes. Martin, do you ever give him a clean?
I do. I sometimes put a damp cloth over him. Somebody says you can use chalk. I don't know how true that is, but I just do wipe him over.
Well, the reason for chalk is probably because he needs to absorb calcium for his shell.
Calcium, that's it.
Yeah.
Yes, Luke, yes.
Nestor and William know a lot more about
They do.
Percy-
I'm only
Percy
picking
than
up
I
as
do.
I go. So I'm learning a lot about him.
But one of the things that I've learned about tortoises is that you want to look for shells. A healthy tortoise has a shell rather like this, where these shapes here are not too tall, which is called pyramiding.
I've heard of that
and
one.
that-
Somebody was talking about it one day when they saw him.
So he's actually in really, really good shape, and he's lively, isn't he? When
He really is.
When the sun comes out and he absorbs all of that energy from the solar rays, it sort of sends him off into a frenzy.
It does. When it's warm, when it's cold, he goes back in. I can't say as I blame him. It's lovely and warm in there.
And he's got a lovely swimming pool over there.
He's
isn't
got a
he?
swimming pool, which I've just cleaned this morning.
You're giving it a clean?
Yes,
Fantastic.
I swept it out, believe it or not. It's clean water.
And fresh hay.
Fresh hay, yes.
In there.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was only done this morning.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
And his water's been changed. He's got a water dish in there. I've just done that.
yeah. No, he's an incredibly healthy and happy tortoise.
He really is,
And,
yeah. And he loves it here. Yeah.
And I think most of that is thanks to you.
Well, I like being with Percy. We're old friends now.
You're old friends with him. Raymond's also.
Yes,
an old friend
Raymond
of
is, because
Percy.
Raymond shuts him in at night.
Raymond does shut him in and feeds him a bits of
Yes, he does.
lettuce and the odd strawberry, which is
Yes, I believe the cafe give him something sometimes. Bit
Do
of
they?
lettuce. They did the other day, yes.
Oh right.
So I
yeah,
gave it to
there's
him,
sort of
yes.
multiple people feeding him. In there, we've got a heater which keeps it at about 30 degrees centigrade.
It's about that now,
which
yeah.
is really what he's used to, because he's supposed to be from sub-Saharan Africa, where the temperature is a little warmer than it is
A little
mostly
bit warmer
here.
than what we've got,
Certainly
yes
than
it
today,
is.
where we've got a slightly
Yeah.
biting westerly wind. Martin, have you got any pets at home?
Yes, I have a cat. And
got a
that's
cat.
it.
Yeah. Do you talk to your cat?
Yes, I do talk to the cat sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
When she's naughty. Yeah.
Good. You have a few words.
Yes, she's a bit of a handful.
No.
Yeah, she's a very lively cat.
Percy is getting quite interested in the
I-
camera. He's clearly ready for his close-up.
Yes, he's coming in for a close-up.
Do you know what
Go on,
it is?
Percy,
I
go
think
for it.
actually he's smelling Claire's leather boots.
I
And-
think he
and
does.
And he's thinking actually that would make rather delicious, if somewhat
You take a
leathery
bite
meal.
out. Just a little nip of leather would be rather nice.
Yeah. People think tortoises are slow, but
No, when
this-
he
this
gets
is-
going, he can go around there really fast
this
if he
is-
wants
this
to.
is one speedy
Yeah.
tortoise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a lively tortoise.
Right. Thank you, Martin. We'll see you later.
Great.
He's really coming out of his shell, isn't he?